Hello, billionaires. Welcome to our channel, Precious Billions. On this channel, we talk about billionaire lifestyle, billionaire mindset, and quite frankly, anything that's going to get us closer to becoming wealthy. My name is Precious Malachi. I am your host. I pray that you guys are living the life that you want to live. I hope that you're happy with where you are in life, and I hope that you're not giving a damn about what people think about you, how you do what you do, and just anything. You're just living the best life that you know how. Today, as you can see by the topic, I'm going to talk about why I quit social media, and quite frankly, I think everyone should quit social media. So the first reason why I quit social media, to be honest, guys, I was just spending so much time on social media. I remember one day I checked my screen time and it was 4 hours in one day. So I spent about 4 hours on social media. You know, those 15 minutes in between tasks, those 15 minutes in between meetings, I check social media. While traveling, when I stop, I check social media. So it accumulated to 4 hours of wasted time. And in those wasted times, to be honest, the second reason is that you don't actually benefit anything from social media. You know, like you are not losing out. You're not losing out on anything. So that's the second reason why I quit social media. I was not losing out on anything, yet I was spending so much time on social media. The third thing is that social media is such a distraction. You're not able to be present in whatever that you're doing, you know. So every now and then you have to hold your phone and check what's happening. No matter where you are, no matter how serious whatever that you're doing is, you always distracted about what are people doing on social media, you know. You always want to check your news feed. Always want to check who posted what on Facebook. You always want to check who's wearing what on Instagram. So it was just so much of a total distraction. And as well, guys, the negativity that is on social media, I think that's the fourth reason why I quit social media. There's so much negativity and there's so much fakeness. You know, people are just not authentic. When I talk about negativity, especially on Facebook, people post a lot of negative stories, you know. They post about things that are 100 kilometers away from them and which are negative, and you have to go through those things every day, you know. I mean, imagine someone posting about what happened in USA, something that is not directly benefiting them and something that is obviously not benefiting you as well, but you have to actually take your energy and invest it in that, because for the fact that you are reading it and you're feeling some emotion, you are actually feeding whatever it is that's happening. So that's the fourth reason why I quit social media. The fifth reason why I quit social media was that, yeah, it was a lot of people are just not authentic, guys. I remember I was having a conversation with a friend. So this friend of mine was telling me that she's going through a lot with her current boyfriend, you know. They're not in good space. She's actually leaving the guy, you know. She's leaving the guy. She just doesn't want to be in that relationship anymore. And then, but when you check, the very same day when I spoke to her, probably 30 minutes after she was talking to me, she had posted a picture of her and the boyfriend on Facebook. I'm like, why are we so fake? You know, you want to portray this image of you living a lavish life, being happy in relationship, but in reality you are not. You know, you're posting these pictures about you and your partner, but that's not the truth. You know, it's not authentic. And when you are a weak person and you see all those fake lifestyles of people, it really does get to you. You know, you start comparing yourself to other people, and sometimes you compare yourself to people who are way ahead of you, you know. And in most cases, you compare yourself to people who you know nothing about. You don't know how they generated the income that they've generated. You don't know what they do to keep their relationships going, you know, but you're comparing yourself to these people. We have a lot of pressure we get a lot of pressure from such people, you know, on social media, and they're just living a fake life, and they're just posting things that are not authentic and things that are not real. So that is one of the reasons, another reason why I quit social media. Another reason is that it's just too addictive, guys. Social media was just too addictive. You know, if you cannot go 5 minutes without touching your phone, 5 minutes without logging into Instagram, 5 minutes without logging into Facebook, you are addicted, you know. So part of my 2020, I just made a decision that I want to remove as many distractions in my life as possible. And obviously social media was the first thing that I had, that like definitely had to go, you know. So that's one of the reasons why I quit social media. How I actually did it, guys, I just went cold turkey, you know. I just decided today that, you know what, I'm deleting this thing. I'm just deleting this thing, you know. You know when you've been holding your phone for a very long time and you have not been productive and you have not been thinking any, you know, you have not been productive and positive, and you can feel that your head is just too busy with information, yet you have not been doing anything. You know that, you know, that's a problem. You know there's a problem right there. You've been going through your day doing nothing, yet your mind is filled with all these things that you have not consciously put there. You know, it's because you've been so busy on your phone. You know, you've been absorbing all those posts that people have been posting, the fake lifestyles that they've been posting, the negative news and things like that. So I just knew that, no man, you know what, this thing has to end. So I just deactivated. Facebook was the first that had to go. I deactivated my Facebook account. I uninstalled. Unfortunately, I couldn't deactivate Instagram, and I was so lazy. I tried to look for videos to deactivate Instagram, and I just couldn't follow. So I just deleted the app completely in my phone. So, and I have to say that the experience is amazing, guys. And I noticed that the first thing the first thing that I was able to do is actually live in the moment. You know, I'm able to be 100% present in everything that I do, you know, and actually enjoy whatever that is that I'm doing, you know. Unfortunately, and that is another thing that we really need to think about. I was attending this other event, and when I got there, I was just sitting with a group of other ladies, and everyone was just busy on their phone, guys. Like, everyone was just literally busy on their phone. I was the only one who was not busy on their phone because I don't have any social media. Well, yeah, I do have WhatsApp, but I only use WhatsApp for business. And then again, I changed the settings on WhatsApp. I only check WhatsApp when I want to check. I don't want to see any notification. So I was just not connected, you know. So everyone was busy on their phones. And again, this made me actually do some research, you know. According to, let me just check the, according to a review 42, in 2012, an average person spent 90 minutes. Remember, this was when social media was still there in 2012. We had Facebook, we had WhatsApp, yeah, quite a few social medias we had. But people were spent about 130 minutes on social media. That's what 1 hour 30 minutes per day on social media. That was in 2012. In 2016, an average person spent about 2 hours on social media. 2019, it was 2 hours 30 minutes on social media. And 2020, it was 3 hours 10 minutes on social media. And you can imagine where the stats are standing right now. I'm sure they have, they've skyrocketed because everyone is just on social media. So I felt so awkward at that moment, because now, like, I wanna communicate, you know, I wanna talk to people, you know, but people are just busy on their phones. They're Instagramming, they're Facebooking, and I was like, shit, this used to be me, you know. I felt awkward, but I was happy at the very same time, because I knew that I had defeated this demon, you know. So that has been my experience. And another experience is that I've been so productive. I've been more productive now that I've deleted my social media. I'm able to actually get more done in a day, you know, and I'm able to actually own my time. You know, we always say that we don't have time. I'll make time. I don't have time for this. But when you check your screen time, you spend 4 hours wasted on social media. So I have more free time now. And the funny thing is that, you know what happened the first few days, the first week of being offline? I got bored, guys. I had so much time that I got bored, and I really didn't know what to do, because I was so used to passing time using my phone, you know, and not even passing time. You think that you're passing time, but it starts eating on the time that you're supposed to be productive, you know. So for the first week I was really, really bored, guys. I was like, okay, what am I gonna do? And I started, you know, when you get rid of a habit, you know, something similar wants to try to get into the space that you that is now vacant, né? So I started watching more YouTube videos, you know, to fill that space. But then after a week I was like, okay, no, this really defeats the purpose. I'm gonna have to start being more productive, because this is really like social media. YouTube is social media, but it depends on how you use it. But still, I was just spending too much time on YouTube. So after that week I started planning my day and actually becoming proactive and starting to become more productive in terms of what am I going to do in this day, and you know, the things that I really need to get done, and especially self-development. You know, I canceled the time that I was spending on social media, and I replaced it with actually self-development, developing myself, you know, in anything. One of the things that I started doing, I started running as well. I started running. That was fun and painful, but it was really refreshing. Another thing that I realized while I was offline is that you are able to identify true friendships. You know, we like living through social media so much that we have forgotten what true friendship and true communication is. You know, while I was away on social media, while I was offline, I still am. I realized that no one really calls you. You know, no one is really going to text you without them seeing your status. You know, in most cases, conversations with your friends or those close to you, they start with a status. You know, you post a status and they comment, you look beautiful, and then you take it from there. How are you doing? You know, but then when you're totally off social media, you don't see their statuses, you can't comment on their statuses, and they can't comment on yours. So you're able to identify true friendships, you know, friendships that when someone is able to actually take a phone and call you to hear your voice and say, hi Precious, how are you? You know, how have you been doing? I was just checking up on you. That's friendship, you know. So that's one thing that I was able to identify, that true friendship has nothing to do with social media. I have to say that if you are addicted to social media, you really need to think about it. I think you really need to start doing some more research about how you can get off social media and how you can use your time more effectively. I mean, the stats are proving that we are spending so much time on social media, and obviously, guys, as the lockdown happens, as we have a pandemic, and as it's getting worse, we are going to be spending more time on our phones. But then you really need to spend that time on your phone wisely. You know, if you are going to be spending time on your phone, try to be productive with that time, unlike just aimlessly scrolling through your news feeds and commenting on other people's lives, which have absolutely nothing to do with you. As I'm saying, that you really lose nothing when you're off social media. Like, nothing is going on social media, guys. Nothing is really going on social media. There's nothing there. There's a doctor who was talking about this thing a few weeks ago. I saw the video on YouTube. Apparently, the name of the doctor is Carl. It's Carl Newport. He's a computer engineer. He said that social media companies are employing, guys. They are employing people. Wait. Okay, the correct word for it is attention engineers. So they hire attention engineers, and you know what attention engineers work in most cases. They work at your gambling. What's that? Your casinos, Las Vegas. They work for such companies because they know that attention is what makes people addicted to something. So these social media companies are employing or whatever, recruiting or whatever, attention engineers to make their social media platforms as addictive as possible, because that is where their money is. That is where they make their money. You know, those Facebook ads that you see, that's paid for, and it's paid for because of the reach. You know, we are there. They know that there's about 2 billion or 2 million people who are using Facebook, and at that time, if we can advertise to them, that's reach. You know, so they need us there. The more addicted you are to social media, the more you're gonna spend your time there, the more they're gonna market to you, the more unproductive you become, the more depressed you become. Oh, social media is depressing, guys. Social media is depressing. So the more depressed you become, the more unattached you become to your real life and your present moment. You know, you just become a horrible person. I think social media is the worst thing that has happened to humanity, you know. So it is important for us to watch the time that we spend on social media and try to monitor it the best way that we know how. I've been off social media for 3 weeks, and guys, I have to say that it has been amazing. I don't know if I'm gonna go back. I don't think I'm gonna go back, and if I do go back, I'm definitely gonna get someone to actually handle my accounts, because we are building brands, you know. So I would advise you, if you are a social media addict, guys, you really need to fix it, especially if you're someone who is in leadership, especially if you are someone who has to be strategic, especially if you're someone who has to be sober-minded all the time. You really need to get off social media in order for you to become more productive and to use your time more wisely. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you're gonna be checking. Yes, guys, you must check your screen time. Check your screen time. The app that I have on my phone, I didn't know it was there. I was scrolling through my phone one day, and it talks about digital well-being. I'm using an Android phone, so I'm sure you guys know it. It talks about digital well-being. So I clicked on it, and then there was screen time. I'm like, screen time. I clicked on it. I was spending about 4 hours on social media a day, and cumulatively for that week alone, I spent about 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, about 20 hours on social media. So guys, do check your screen times. It's gonna, I think once you see the screen time, I think you're really gonna be proactive about it. You're really gonna do something about it. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope it inspires you to actually start using your time wisely. And as we all know, billionaires don't spend their time on social media. And if we want to become billionaires, we really need to cut off social media, if possible, completely. Thank you guys. Bye.